Hey, it's William Merlini from Flowers and Scents with your floral industry buzz. Okay, well, welcome to 2024, and I'm done with 23. And today we do an interview with Kevin Vanderwilt of Easy Flower over in Holland. But before we get there, let me just talk a little bit about the last year. Last year, the bouquet makers continued to buy up farms and companies as fast as they could, it appears. Elite seems to be hell-bent on buying up every farm he can find. More power to him. We learned that the private equity firms are particularly interested in floral these days, it seems, with Comet Sales and Delaware Valley both having sold some portion of their business to private equity firms, which is pretty interesting in this business. And guess what? There's a very big, I think it was a reset. 23 was a reset from COVID. So here we are in 24. Far as I understand, supermarket sales or pre-books for Valentine's are strong. I think it's too early for wholesale to really tell yet, but I believe that's probably a good sign anyway, that the supermarkets have strong pre-books. And for 24, wow, there's a pretty busy schedule here that I have, and many of you perhaps have, to run around the world and visit floral exhibitions all over the place. It's going to be quite a busy year, so I look forward to taking you there if you can't get there, and doing it with my pictures and my little videos. So anyway, that's enough said about that. And also one more thing, Cargo Light, which is something I've been sort of promoting a little bit, about the new box company, our new box design that they have come up with out of Israel. And we are going to have a demonstration on March 13th in Miami. I'll tell you more about that in the future. Okay, so without further ado, this Easy Flower company in Amsterdam, in Aaslmeer, a clever little company that sells very unusual stuff, and that's what their specialty is. But far be it for me to tell you all about it. Why don't we talk to Kevin Vanderwilt, global sales manager of Easy Flower. See you soon. All right, Kevin Vanderwilt, I believe is correct, from easyflower.nl. Welcome to Flowers and Scents, and glad you reached out to me so we can have a little chat, so we can find out about Easy Flower, because you told me at one point that Easy Flower flies under the radar, and you were, you weren't quite ready to come out from under the radar, but here you are, and not only are you out from under the radar, but we're going to put a spotlight on you for a little bit. So. Tell us about Easy Flower. I guess your specialty is unusual product. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's pretty much fair to say. Easy Flower is a really small team, actually. We're a lot of people have multiple hats. So a buyer is also a sales rep. A sales rep is also a buyer. People in our production area are packers, order pickers, quality control. Because of that, because we have so many different jobs within the company, we know about everything. So, because a sales rep is also a buyer, we're really focused and really close to the market. So everything new popping up is, put through straight away.
Yeah, so it's a small company, that's what you're saying, and because of that, everybody sort of wears many hats, as you say, and therefore it's a tight-knit company, and everybody can sort of answer some questions. So you don't have specialties or specialists, if you will.
Well, we have some specialties. We have one of our buyers is really focused on the dried flowers. We call him the dried flower professor. Of course, we have our main products, which are peonies, tulips, and cmybidiums, who are all being bought by one of our buyers. So we do have specialties, but the best part is we can help each other answer the questions that customers have.
All right, and you're based in Aaslmeer, I know, because I went to visit you, and you have some new, I believe you have some new things. You got a new cooler, and a new website, and a bunch of things going on, huh?
Yeah, last year Easy was kind of getting into a transition. We were needing more space, so we managed to gain more space. We doubled in size last year. We built completely new coolers. We upgraded our old coolers. So everything's kind of brand new actually. And yeah, it's working out really well actually.
And are you buying on the market or at the auction, or I imagine you have to at some level, but you deal with direct growers yourself?
Yeah, well, I think 50% is auction, 50% is grower directly, especially on our key items. We like to work together with the growers. So the growers put us a deal if we have to have a deal, and we help the growers out when they need some help. And that's also how we work with our customers. We like to work together instead of being a sales rep or a customer. We see it more as a partnership.
And you said something interesting to me that I thought was that I found interesting when I was there. And you said you only sell by air.
Yes, we do. We don't sell anything by truck in Europe. Everything is by air to far destinations.
Although, of course, there are many trucks running from Aaslmeer to Germany and France and Italy and all those places. But you choose to use the airlines. Just you find that more efficient.
Well, I think you're specialized in something, and if you're good at something, why should you do something else? It's a pretty big world. There are pretty lot of markets reachable by air. So I think the opportunities by air are far bigger than by truck, actually.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And where are your customers these days? I know you do some in the US here, I'm sure already.
Yeah, well, we used to be mostly focused on United States. We also have Canada now, but also the Middle East, the Gulf countries, and also into Far Asia, so into the Far East.
Yeah, those countries are buying lots of flowers these days. A lot of people are talking about that. So even in Ukraine, they're buying flowers still.
Yeah, that's still surprising me though, that in Ukraine and Russia the demand for flowers hasn't dropped. Actually, it's still at the
It's
same
true.
level.
It's true, right?
Yeah,
They just can't get them directly, so they're going through all sorts of weird countries to get them in there, I guess. But they're getting them.
true. Yeah, we see trucks going out every day to those countries, so it's a strange situation though.
Yeah, getting paid, I would imagine, is a challenge.
Oh, it's also one of the reasons why we prefer to avoid those countries. Actually, it's there's a lot of hiccups, a lot of rules to bend. It's not making life easier.
No, and I know that Europe is a bit unsettled. My friend's family was just here from Germany, and everybody's just a bit unsettled. And of course, now the farmers are on strike in Germany apparently, and blocking the roads or something. That just makes life more interesting. Maybe a good reason to fly your flowers.
Yeah, it's the same happening in France. The farmers were also on strike over there. So
Yes, well, the French are not afraid to strike or or to protest.
no, they've never been indeed.
Never.
So
Um, so you're looking for some more clients in the US and Canada, which is what we're here for. And they will find you at easyflower.nl, I believe. Is that correct?
that's correct. Yes,
And I,
it's also a new branded website. So it's yeah, as part of the transition last year, we also created a new, completely new website. It will be completely refreshed. Yeah,
and
it's something.
that's a web shop as well. They can buy online that way.
Yeah, all known customers can log into the web shop and buy online from us. All new customers first have to go through an application process, obviously.
Sure, sure. And so you said peonies, and I know you had some beautiful cymbidiums when I was there, which is a crop that we don't see here that often. It comes out of California, or used to, but now are they Dutch?
Yeah, the cmybidiums are Dutch, especially it's high season now. So until a little after Mother's Day, the cmybidium season is staying together with all the bulb flowers like tulips, hyacinths, daffodils. So especially in the first few months of the year, that's our highest product. And then during summertime, we focus mostly on, of course, summer flowers and peonies.
Hmm. So I would say that for buyers here in America, perhaps, or in Canada listening, that you are a Dutch specialist and can supply Dutch flowers to the American and Canadian market by air, of course.
Yeah, by air, correct. Yeah, and yeah, we're mostly focused also on the unique and novelty products, everything different, We like the challenge. So yeah, everything that's hard to get. That's something we like to work at.
Perfect. Yes, and that's that's what people need. I mean, obviously, hard to find flowers are hard to find. So if you can find them and have them available, and ultimately, I think customers, for the most part, while they love new coolers and they love new everything and websites, what they care about mostly is quality, price, and availability. I believe that's the three things. So obviously, you have to be competitive. You're in the market there, and you've got lots of competition around in Aaslmeer. There's lots of vendors, so you have to be price conscious and availability conscious, obviously.
Yeah, I think so too. It's not always an easy market, but it keeps you on your toes.
And I always liked the name Easy Flower. I thought that was a cool name. So one more reason that I was happy to have you on here and to talk about it. So I will throw easyflower.nl up on the website as we produce this. And yeah, I think everybody might be interested in what you're doing there, and they can track you down. You are Kevin, and you're the global sales manager, so they'll be knocking on your door, I hope.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Willie.
All right, man. Enjoy and have a great day in Amsterdam, and tot ziens.
Okay, tada.
Ciao, ciao. Doei.